Hey, it's me, Vicki Marie. And I'm just making this quick video. I've got a lot of Spanish classes to do today. I just wanted to make a video for a couple of reasons. One, to wish you all a happy Monday. Good morning, afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're watching in the world. It's morning time here at the moment in Spain. It is about 8 minutes past 9. At 10 o'clock, I've got classes starting. I've got quite a lot of classes today, but I've got like a break round about lunchtime. So I may be back at some point. You never know. But what I wanted to say this morning is I wanted to light a candle for this awful thing that's happened in Papua New Guinea. 2,000, at least 2,000 people have been killed in like a landslide. We're going to look at what's happened in a moment. So that's who I'm lighting my candle for this morning. And I thought, because last night I released a video on prepping, I'm going to do more videos on prepping. And it made me think about this go bag, that's advisable to have, that if something happened where you had to leave your home instantly, you just pick up this bag and it'd have in it the basic things that you needed, which of course are particular to different people. Now, I don't know much about how people live in Papua New Guinea. Would they have the resources to have a go bag? Maybe not, but we do. So we should have one, because you just don't know, do you? These people, they weren't expecting a landslide, even though it's a remote village somewhere. They weren't expecting, this to happen. So I wanted to light a candle for them, because that's a lot of people, isn't it? A lot of souls lost. But just let's have a look at what's happened. I don't know much about New Guinea, to be honest, but yeah, more than 2,000 people buried alive in a landslide as major destruction hampers rescue efforts. So I'm saying killed, but they're not necessarily killed. Hopefully they may be able to pull some people out alive. And that's a reason for having I suppose if your house has been crushed by a landslide, but you may be able to get at the water you've got in, and things like that. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know how you can prepare for something like this to happen, but some preparation is always better than none. So this landslide leveled the mountainous Kaokalam village in Enga Province, with a humanitarian group saying that more than 4,000 people were likely impacted by the disaster. So rescue efforts, it probably, no offence, but it'd probably be a bit of a rag and bobtail rescue efforts as well. I mean, maybe not such professional rescuers that we might be used to. More than 670 people killed.
Over there you can see a house. Kunagras, someone's digging cover house over there. There's relatives around, picking up stones, and grieving relatives standing by. Over here, you can see that they are suspecting a relative is down here.
Oh.
So that's why they're working with the spades, sticks, stones. These are grieving, and they are doing what they can do, but the question is, will they retrieve that?
So rescuers are moving people to safety, but their efforts being hampered. What was it, by tribal warfare? Oh God, that's all you need, isn't it? On top of everything else, unstable earth and
there's
tribal
a
warfare.
That's buried, fully buried. We have houses, buses, vehicles, hotels, guest houses.
Oh.
Let's say more than about 50 stores, mothers, projects, all gone, all vanished. At the moment, this war is now asking the national government to relocate them to a different area, because this is at the high risk now.
Gosh. So the South Pacific Island is considering whether it needs to request international support. I think that's a bit of a no-brainer, really, isn't it? Ask for international support. And then if you don't need it, fair enough, but ask for it, could get it moving. Gosh. Just always seems so unfair, doesn't it? Because you feel like these people maybe haven't got much to start with, and then what little they have got is gone, as well as their family. So I wonder how, let's just watch it one more time. I wonder how Sky got in there.
Over here, over there you can see a house. Grass. Someone's digging cover house over there. There's a relatives around, picking up stones, and the grieving relatives standing by. Over here, you can see that they are suspecting a relative is down here. So that's why they're working with the spades, sticks, stones. These are grieving, and they are doing what they can do. But the question is, will they retrieve that? There's an elementary school that's buried, fully buried. We have houses, buses, vehicles.
An elementary school. I hope there's nobody in it. Buses, vehicles. So has this just come out of nowhere? This no warning.
Hotels, guest houses. Let's say more than about 50 stores or mothers, projects, all gone, all vanished. At the moment, this war is now asking the national government to relocate them to a different area because this is at a high risk now.
Just all standing around. They don't know what to do they? So that is what I wanted to light a candle for this morning. Is there any more information? So the Papua New Guinea National Disaster Centre said the landslide had buried more than 2,000 people alive and caused major destruction to buildings, food gardens, and a major impact on the economic lifeline of the country. Dear me. Gosh. So now they're saying more than 150 homes had been buried. The previous estimate was 60 homes. These sort of figures, they're going to get bigger, not smaller. So they reckon that 670 people are under the soil at the moment. And this will be, there'll be children, there'll be animals, there'll be pets. And it said that the area was a place of refuge for those displaced by nearby conflicts. So this tribal, they're displaced already. This is what I was talking about in the prepping video. To me, to be displaced is the worst thing. It's one thing to be shut in your homes like we were in COVID, but at least you've got your creature comforts around you, literally, because you've got your dogs or your pets, and we could have food, we could get out every now and again for a little bit of exercise, etc. It was awful that we couldn't see friends and family and stuff, but we had Zoom, we had the internet at least, so it wasn't that bad. But the thought of being displaced already from your home and building some sort of a home, be it a roughshod home somewhere else, and then this happening to you, sometimes you just think, is God looking away from these people? No, what is it? So about 6 villages were affected by the landslide. 3 bodies pulled from an area where 50 to 60 homes were destroyed. 6 people, including a child, were pulled from the rubble alive. Oh, that's good. But of course, as time goes on, the hopes of finding more survivors will diminish, won't it? Will diminish. So the landslide left debris up to 8 metres deep across 200 square metres, 77 square miles, cutting off road access, which was making relief efforts difficult. Helicopters are the only way to reach the area. Survivors searched through tons of earth and rubble by hand looking for missing relatives, while the first emergency convoy delivered food, water and other provisions on Saturday. Yeah, so it's pretty horrible, isn't it? So, but yeah, it's taking place amongst all this tribal violence, because apparently in February at least 26 men were killed in Enga Province in an ambush. And this tribal violence prompted the Prime Minister James Marape to give arrest powers to the country's military. And he said that disaster officials, the Defence Force and the Department of Works and Highways were assisting with relief and recovery efforts. So gosh, looks awful, doesn't it? So as I say, I don't know much about Papua New Guinea, but there's a population apparently of around 10 million. It's a diverse developing nation of mostly subsistence farmers with 800 languages. How can you have 800 languages in one country? There'll be all these sort of tribal languages, I suppose. There are a few roads outside the larger cities. It is located on the eastern half of the island of New Guinea and sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, the arc of seismic faults around the Pacific Ocean, where much of the world's earthquake and volcanic activity occurs. In March, it was hit by a 6.9 magnitude earthquake. The US and Australia are building closer defence ties with the strategically important nation, while China is also seeking closer security and economic ties. And US President Joe Biden and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said their government stood ready to help respond to the landslide. So there you go. I just wanted to come on. I wanted to light a candle for those people because, it feels like, it's not much to do, but it's something to think about them, to pray for them. And, send hope that the governments, the surrounding governments, their own government, the surrounding governments are going to work together and bring some relief to these people. But of course, it'd be too late for a lot of people. Okay, so that's really it. I just wanted to make that short video. I will, as I say, I've got quite a lot of classes today, but I will be maybe on tonight, I'm not sure, but definitely tomorrow night. I have a very interesting information to share with you. An ex-employee of Peter Folding has been in touch with me and has told me some things about SGI and the reality of the situation. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you these things that they've told me and photos that they've sent, etc. And then, as always, you make your own mind up. But anyway, so I definitely will be doing a live tomorrow night, but I'm sure I'll be on before then. So listen, have a good day or a good afternoon, a good evening. Let's pray for these people in Papua New Guinea, that they find some more survivors, that relief is sent soon. This is what the international community is for. There's one good thing about it being a smaller world now. I mean, the bad thing, I suppose, is for us in a way, is seeing these sort of disasters. It's a bit depressing, isn't it? Because we can't feel like we're powerless to help. And there would have been a time probably we wouldn't have even known about this happening over in Papua New Guinea, or would have maybe been in the papers or brief thing on the news. Now, of course, everything feels so much closer to home, even though it isn't. So that's a negative side, I suppose, of the internet. But the positive side is that means that it mobilizes international communities. You know, they can be easier mobilized to help in these situations. You know, information comes out. The world can't turn its face away. So we don't care what's happening in Papua New Guinea. You know, they have to care in a way because they have to be aware, they're aware of it. We're aware of it as the public. So that's a positive thing. And whatever help can go to those people, I hope it goes out as soon as possible. Okay, so remember to live and love wisely, carefully. Get your go bag going. You know, I am your bug out bag. That's what we call it, isn't it? And that's something I'm definitely going to be working on over the next 2 weeks and next couple of weeks, and I will be doing videos about that. Okay, so until I see you again, as always, may your God go with you.